Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about Module 5, which was Chapter 37 in our textbook. The chapter was on common threads in communication theory. The author in this chapter describes 10 threads that are present within various theories in our book. They serve as the basic principles which allow us to recognize the differences and similarities within those theories. Of the 10 threads that were present, I felt like I could relate to the motivation theory the most. It was actually the first thread mentioned, and in this one it mentions how communication is motivated by our basic social needs for affiliation, achievement, control, and the need to reduce any uncertainty and anxiety. So they would probably be like the guidelines to this thread. In very recent times, I'm sure all of us can relate, I had a group assignment to do. It feels like every class is asking for one. And they still make me nervous. Normally, I'm a shy person. I tend to just stay in a little shell. Once you get to know me, I open up. But other than that, I stay in this little bubble. And what made this project different was that we had to assign groups online. We ourselves picked what group we were randomly, and so it made me nervous even more, on top of the fact that I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know a face. So I was definitely nervous, like, are they gonna like me? Are they gonna think I'm weird? I just want to feel included. And those needs actually is the first guideline, which is the need for affiliation. I wanted to feel included. I wanted to feel like I belonged in the group. This one actually is intertwined with the social penetration theory, in that I wanted to get to know them, but I didn't want to share too much at the same time. So that actually exemplifies the onion layer model, where we could get to know each other, but it was going to take time to get to the core of who we were. On top of wanting to, get along well and mesh, we had an assignment to do. So we all wanted to make sure that we did our best. We got the best grade we could. And that is an example of the need for achievement. We all had to work together to make sure that we did the best job that we could. This guideline is actually intertwined with the functional perspective on group decision making theory, in that, as a group, we had to come to a solution on how to best do the assignment and make sure any conversation was not off topic during the time that we were doing our assignment. I do find it funny that with every class I'm taking, I have had a group assignment, so you think I'd be used to it, but I'm definitely not. I do start to get tense that something out of my control is going to happen. And not that I'm controlling in the sense that I need to tell everybody what they're doing, but I want to make sure I get to choose what I'm doing. I don't want to do something that I don't feel comfortable with, like if it's a certain task that I know is not my strong suit. So my need for control in this is part of that guideline, that I want to make sure I get the job that I want. And this is actually going hand in hand with the next or last guideline, which is the need to reduce uncertainty and anxiety. The reason I need to feel in control of the task that I'm doing in the assignment is because I don't want to look dumb. I want to do something I know well. I know I can use the knowledge that I've gained thus far in my particular part of the project. So I want to reduce any anxiety that I may get if I get something where I'm not comfortable in like I don't know about. So that actually pretty much sums up my need for affiliation, my need for achievement, my need for control, and my need to reduce uncertainty and anxiety. Luckily, this group project went pretty much perfect. I mean, we got along well. The assignment went great. We got a good grade. And I haven't gotten that lucky, so I was glad that I was a part of this one. It made me a little more at ease with group projects. These theories are a little confusing at times, but I feel like these threads that kind of showed how they are related but also different did help me out. It was pretty cool how I was actually living this group project at the same time that I was reading the chapters. So I thought that that was pretty cool altogether. You know, it really does show that it can be relatable to life experiences. So with that said, I do hope that my example with the group project that I was in does help you understand a little more about the motivation thread. Thanks.